Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy, Joaq. Welcome back to another recording, another React stream. Today, we've been going through my React playlist. We've got a bunch of these going on. One Piece Season 2. I don't know when I'll edit this. I'll be making a lot of these split up into different parts, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure to check out the original videos as well. Shout out to Lone Lobos and Call Dear Ladies for these interviews that we'll be watching down here, and to Otaku Hub and Black Tree TV for the interviews that we did previously with David, Mr. 3, and Jacob Romero. Anyways, costume time.
The One Piece world is very weird and wonderful. We draw inspiration from all mixtures of period. A 60s dress, a 90s t-shirt, a hat from the Victorian era.
They
that's
are
so
absolutely
cool.
manga accurate.
How did they do? Oh my, with the guns. Ma.
Just bring them to life in the real life world a bit better.
This is mind-blowing. Look how beautiful this is.
Literally.
The world of One Piece isn't really like anything else. Created by Eiichiro Oda back in 1996, it started as a manga, and decades later, it's become a global phenomenon. But bringing that to life in live action means solving a very specific problem. These characters weren't designed for reality. They were drawn.
There were many challenges because you are creating something from a flat surface into a 3D version that needs to work with action, harnesses, hair, makeup. It is the best feeling when an actor walks onto set and they look like they've busted out of the page of that manga. We had a lookbook that gives us a breakdown of everybody's looks for the season. Sometimes there are a few references. For example, Miss All Sunday, there is a Oda sketch of her and she has white boots and a white hat, but there's also another reference of her where she's got a purple hat and purple boots.
That's right,
and
that's
so
right.
we were able to get both of those looks into the show, which was awesome. Miss All Sunday. Oh, when I saw this, I thought I had died and gone to cowgirl heaven. The hat that was drawn was really flat, but
This is so good. And she has both variants for the hat. Gosh, this is so intricate.
because there are these petal elements to her, I wanted to translate that into some of the elements of her costume. So with her hat, we hand printed the detailing, and I wanted it to feel like cascading petals. Victor, who created this hat for me, he managed to nail it on the head, pun included,
That is
creating this
beautiful.
coat. I absolutely love the detailings that Oda
Wow.
drew. And we originally embroidered
That is so...
the dots, but then once that came back, I thought, no, we needed to do studs because it just toughens it up because she is so badass.
Don't point those things at me. It's dangerous.
Oh!
Her skirt and her corset, this was a bright green velvet that I loved the texture on because, again, I wanted to push the texture. My dyer, Donovan, managed to dye it to the most beautiful purple.
This is the right kind of texturizing as opposed to the MCU-ification type deal. Yeah, like, look, this is the wrong kind of texturizing that Marvel tends to do with their designs. They just strap a bunch of lines on it and intersecting and make it feel like it's more of a bodysuit type deal, whereas the thing they're going for here with One Piece is trying to get different materials. That's the kind of texturizing they're going for.
Makes you want to cry. And then we've got a lovely little
Oh my
blossom
god!
And then her shoes, because of all the action, it needed to also work practically. So we created this very, very, very rock and roll vibe for her. This is her
It's a double length.
little cuff that she wears on her arm.
I love the
there
tassels.
was quite a lot of research done in terms of what the symbol was, and it ended up being an N, which is obviously a little nod
Nico
to her
Robin.
actual character, which is Nico Robin. Because they are cartoons, and cartoons don't usually change their wardrobe.
There's many bullets here.
You do know you can take your coat off.
No way. It's part of my look.
We work very closely and take inspiration from the manga as well as the color walk
Color
No
walks
way.
are Oda's full-color illustration collections, spreads, covers, standalone artwork outside the main chapters, cozy slice-of-life scenes,
love
surreal
these.
compositions, one-off looks. So when the Straw Hats walk into Whiskey Peak, those outfits aren't from one chapter. They're pulled from everywhere. 2 color spreads, a chapter cover, even Luffy's
Wow.
look traces back to a Shonen Jump cover from the year 2000.
That's
one of
so
the 6
sick.
core looks he wears this season. And sometimes, the reference is tiny. Like how Sanji's little garden look comes from this. Go ahead, zoom in,
Where?
keep going. There.
Wow.
That's the reference.
That's
is
impressive. That's impressive. That is so cool.
our love. The reference for her literally is just a top half. So I decided to run with it and get in a great little 60s number,
Oh.
which again just leans to the craziness and excitement of what One Piece is all
Some
about.
creative freedom with it. They just have the template.
This is the
They've got their
latex look
bag.
that I call for Nico Robin when she goes to see Zero in
That's
his
so scary. Don't wear
office.
this again.
The reference I was given was
Give her some sharp, jabby things on the side of her. Yeah.
tiny little clip. Again, it was
No! Nico Robin. I didn't even peep that this was the reference.
just a top half, and it just looked so exquisite on her. She walked out onto
Wow.
that set, and it
They're
really
ready.
took my breath away. In terms of tone, look, and feel for the world, we draw inspiration from all mixtures of period. That's what's so great and exciting and so creative about this show, is that it just feels like it's all timelines that are just mushing into one and exploding into this exciting collaboration of creativity. This is Miss
Wow, that was what a great section. Our love, Nico Robin. Okay, Miss Monday's time.
Monday's undercover nun costume. Since we were sort of in a cowboy world, I
right.
decided to make her have it out of corduroy because
That's-
I thought a nun in a western town would have a corduroy outfit. We
Fair.
also have a reveal for her, and we used magnets. She needs to be able
That's
to
so
move
cool. That's so cool.
and do lots of action, but she still has this very sexy element about
The
her.
reveal was
These
scary.
were all hand sculpted by my incredible jeweler, Karen.
Oh
and we
my
got
goodness.
the tone
What
and
incredible
color
attention
and
to
size
detail.
and shape just perfect, so it matches the manga perfectly. This is Miss Valentine.
Dude, oh my god, her dumbass hat too. This is amazing.
This was based off a little bit of a 50s shape, which just worked really well for Jazara's shape. She looked absolutely beautiful in this. Her little jacket, which my wonderful Andy made, we found a quilt, this beautiful quilt with some lovely texture, because that's where we get to have a lot of fun.
Oh, it is a quilt. That is so lovely.
Within the costumes of the show. Also, we hand quilted the trim with the Duchess
Gosh.
satin. We had to create her shoes that were practical for stunt work as well as with her powers. So she was able to do all her flying
This is insane,
around.
dude. This is still a high heel. I'm sorry. Like, it may be an extra supported high heel, but imagine doing stunts in this, dude. Oh my god.
and crushing of bones.
No, I
This
wasn't
is-
supposed to laugh at that.
We Tashigi.
She's such a dork. This is perfect. Oh, I love her jacket too. It is cozy. Let me see her gloves.
I like to call her my little rebel Marine. We had to recreate her shirt from the manga, getting the
She is not a rebel marine, but she can be your little rebel.
correct color, tone, scale. I had a very specific idea of how
God, I love this material. I wish I had this jacket.
I wanted her little jacket to look. I wanted it to have
We'll get to you in a second, dude. Oh my goodness.
a bit of a hipster feel to it because she feels like a little bit of a hipster to me. Breakdown is incredibly important
That's
to
so
me.
funny.
I am obsessed with the breakdown department. I need
Fair. That's true. Lived in. And that's not the same famous drawing lines at Marvel.
Them to have their hands on everything, unless it's obviously a very specific, needs to look very, very new. And they go at it with a bit of spraying, all their magical potions they put on it to give it that worn look. That's often my brief I give them. Please make it look like her old favorite.
You're late, petty officer.
Sorry, sir. I was just.
I don't care.
Yo, but they got a live action Leon Kennedy. What the hell? That's so funny. This is what they think he looks like in Requiem instead of just the normal twink face, but with a little bit of buzz to it. That's so funny. Oh my god. His voice, he's such a... Let me hear that again. He sounds like such a dickhead.
You're late, petty officer.
Sorry, sir. I was just.
I don't care.
That's so good. That's so good.
You messed up the buttons on your jacket.
So this
He said, look at my Marine, dog. I'm just walking away. Fuck.
is Smoker. He is a biker dude, so I took that.
Ah. Yes. I see that. I never thought of him as anything other than a Marine, but no. She's totally right with the zipper and everything. Yeah.
Brief, and I ran with it.
And with the smoke, like as if he's kicking up smoke with the yeah.
I wanted him
She's cooking.
to look kind of sexy as so created a very traditional bike.
Oh, dude! Oh my God, we've seen him ride a bike before. I'm a baka. Yeah, dude, he was always riding a bike. My ass just doesn't remember. I'm too far ahead in the... Yeah, no, he's literally a biker. Whatever. This dude, fake fan.
Biker jacket look for him. The leather
I'm just too into the politics of One Piece after a while. I'm just...
that we used was really flat and shiny, so we literally put it on gravel and we were walking all over it so that we could push in some texture. Again, I wanted it to look like it was his old favorite, and we had great collaboration with the props department in figuring out what was the best way to keep his cigars that were also practical, so we can have many jackets, but then we can take
that's
this
so
piece
nice,
and we can put it
and it's
onto
all
the multiple
that's
jackets that we
awesome.
have. With his glove, because he smokes a lot of cigars, I wanted some burn.
She is so goated. Those are so sick.
Like it's really worn in, and this is his cigar finger, so like
That
a
is his
gun trigger
cigar
finger, we cut out a piece of the glove so that he could have a better grip of his cigars. And then his lining,
That's
we
so
managed to find
sick.
this lining which just looks like smoke. I
That is awesome.
think you get a little flash of it every now and again. Even if it's not seen, we know it's there, and I love hiding little Easter eggs in
That's real
costumes like
care.
that. So this is Nami's reverse mountain look, and this
That's
is
so
where
lovely.
we got to
They should sell this as a real
blur
top.
the lines a wee bit.
I like when they fake using sandals. I do like that. This shoe, hold on.
And this is where we got to blur the
This is meant to be fake sandals. I like this. I love this. It gives me the same feel. And you don't actually have to have your toes out, to those who are sensitive to that kind of thing. I mean, like the actors, like, cause like, dude, like, how are you gonna do stunts with your toes out? Like,
lines a wee bit
you need some padding. I'm getting it. Whatever.
from practicality to manga original. So in the manga, it is a vest, but because she has a lot of action and we were shooting in the dead of winter and we wanted to keep our dear Emily
no,
warm,
I like that.
we were able to add long sleeves to this look. She was already having to do all that action in
God,
a teeny tiny little
what?
skirt. She
That's
knew it was going to be
hype.
cold, but like she said to me, she said, this is for the fans. I want to get this as correct as possible. And she was really, really badass about it because it really was cold.
I feel bad every time I remember this. Emily Rudd, the actress for Nami, is not Paul Rudd's daughter. She's not. So if anybody thinks that right now, stop thinking that. It's not true. It's not true.
You see this? This is what I'm talking about.
Yo.
So we created this apron for Sanji. I didn't want to just use a cotton
I love
apron
all the
because he works with all
pockets.
different types of foods.
I've never cooked a dinosaur before.
So we made it out of this beautiful pink leather that we had. This is
Wow,
the
that
Doskoi
is
Panda,
pretty.
which
the
is
pockets.
from the manga, and this is very manga specific. It does actually, his apron does actually have that little nod to it.
Enchanting vertigo dance.
This is Miss Wednesday.
I don't remember what that enchanting vertigo dance is. I don't remember what that shit is in the slightest. Am I fake? I guess I'll be reminded when I watch the show. Like, I really don't remember what that is.
AKA Vivi, her Baroque works
I have an excuse. I saw it like 3 years ago.
look. Again, I pushed in some texture. We dyed
That dumbass duck. Oh my god, this shit's gonna be so good.
this fabric many times to get this perfect pistachio color,
Gosh,
which
I
just
love
worked
this color palette too. They're so awesome.
so well
and the
with the
different
purple
textures.
of the lining.
That's real.
And because I am obsessed with drag queens, I had to bring in a bit of a drag queen vibe.
Yes.
So I was allowed to add in a little bit of a feather. And also
I
because
love
she does
that.
so much movement
so
and she's got
sick.
her weapons, it just all works with the movement. These are her wee little shorts. And because she's a princess, I couldn't just give her a plain cotton short. So we
Jean
found this
shorts,
very
yeah.
beautiful delicate silver Duchess satin that we made for her. We were very specific about what shape we wanted, and we added a little flair for her, and then we added this little very subtle detail at the bottom with some piping.
Teeny
but the
bit of
piping has a little
lines.
bit of a quilted detailing to it. Okay, let me take you around and show you some more of our characters from the Little Garden episodes. We have our
Ooh,
giants,
yes.
Brogy and Dorry.
That's
We
so sick.
weighted their costumes down so
Where's their beards? I need to see their beards. I know this is fake. Let me see it.
that it would help with the
Walk, that's makeup.
slow movement to create the illusion of how a giant would move compared to scale to regular sized humans. So we actually created his costume with sand. So all his quilting is filled with sand to help with the weighting.
Whoa.
All the accessories are made with bolts. There
God, this is impressive. This is
are
insane.
bolts hidden in between the layers of the fabric.
Wow.
As well as this being created with very heavy rope. Their capes are also incredibly heavy. So the whole construction was very much done in mind with keeping it as heavy as possible for the poor actors. The helmet we had a lot of fun with. This is all being hand
God, look at these details.
carved. In the manga, his helmet doesn't have this detailing, and we came up with this beautiful design, which has
I think it's
a
beautiful
ship
and it adds some nice
a
texture to it.
octopus. So it's all very relevant to the One Piece world. I call
Wow.
this the official One Piece
Goat, this is my goat. Yo, let her out.
camo. This design was drawn by Sensei Oda, and we managed to copy it. We got it printed to the T, so it is very manga specific. I didn't just want to put him in any
It's not just normal
the
camo.
old regular camo trousers that we could find. I wanted him to wear the very specific manga camo because it's such an important episode for his character. I don't wear camo, but I would wear this camo. This is our incredible
Brother. He looks so awesome. This is so cool. The ascot. Oh my god.
Zero. This was so much fun to make. In the manga, he has this black and orange waistcoat. I just had this thought of why not using crocodile
Oh my god.
texture. So we
I never knew. That is insane.
molded this texture and then painted it gold. It's a real puzzle because we had to keep track of each panel and what part of the molding each panel came from so we could make multiples because we don't just ever make one costume, we make multiples.
That's
His
right.
beautiful shoes, shout out to Jitterbug. He used faux crocodile.
Such a diva. Oh my god. Crocodile, you are so sick.
And created this very, very, very badass boot. Oh, and Dr.
Oh my god! Oh my god! This is the first time I'm seeing her in costume. This is awesome.
Kureha. I love this outfit so much.
She's
when
so
I
sick.
saw the image on the manga, I knew that I had to make her top to toe in leather. She's just so badass. She is who I want to be when I'm all grown up. We pushed in the detail of her belt because the belt is just a very simply drawn belt. And then we also added a little cheeky fun lining,
I like
which
that.
Katie
That's very
loved.
beautiful.
Dalton, there is
Who the fuck? This was the local nobody who was our soldier guy. Like, I'm hating, I'm being silly. All of these characters are important. I'm hating, I'm being silly. Yo, your beard comes out a little much. I'm hating on the beard. Yo, the fit is the exact same. The fit is the exact same. This is impressive. Even the big shovel.
so much handwork in this costume. My
God.
poor hand stitcher
That could be a
was
Green
stitching
Arrow
for weeks,
costume.
creating all this detailing. This is a combination between sondor
awesome.
casting and then some magical spraying to get the metallic feel. And so they're nice and soft. So they're movable for shooting. Chess was as a
Wait. Oh my god. There's no way this guy.
construction piece, the most challenging. This is his flashback look as well as his present day look. They were quite a challenge to
How the hell?
create because
These are
of
characters
the
I would
weird
never
and
have expected to be
wonderful,
adapted.
drawings that Sensei Oda created. He has a quiver and he has to be able to pull it back, but the hood needs to be able to still move with his face. So making sure that this worked with his action of his quiver actually made me quiver a few times. This is also a quilt that we found and we dyed and worked so
That's the
well for
second
what we
quilt
needed because
outfit.
I needed him to have enough structure, but he needed to be soft enough that it still moved with his body.
That's right.
I love this costume so much. When
This is so kawaii. I love this. This is literally one-to-one.
I saw what this costume was, it blew my mind. She is our little crazy painter, and I
Little
saw
crazy,
her
yeah.
little cloud shirt, and I became quite obsessed with how I wanted the clouds to look. There were many, many, many tests done, and I think I drove my team crazy because I was very specific on the shape, the size, the color. I didn't want them to be a perfectly uniformed cloud. I wanted to have a feel of a paint splodge.
She painted
so that,
it
I mean, nothing's
herself
quite
type
perfect.
deal.
Like the lines are sort of blurred and overlapped, which just creates an element of more craziness of what she is. Her hat is
Oh my
exquisite. It's the most
goodness.
beautiful shape on her. And again, pushing in the texture, we found some cord and we dyed it up to get it to the specific color that matches the manga. And then the wonderful props department created her
Gosh.
bag and her satchel with all her weird and wonderful bits that she has.
Her little
loved
shoes. There's no fucking way they really did bring him to life. Holy shit. His whack-ass hair, his... Oh my god.
Putting my costume paws on this costume, we had quite an interesting technical issue with how he is drawn because
God.
he wears a shirt, but he doesn't have a shirt collar. So to create the look of what this is, but still works within his shirt collar was quite a challenge, which we
Wow, that's
did
a
eventually
logistics.
figure
That's a
out. I made
clothing
him some
issue.
cufflinks, which was a little added detail.
Oh, no, I like that. And it's the same cross that he has as his buttons.
This beautiful crushed velvet. I had this
God, it
idea
is
where I just didn't want it
gorgeous.
to be a flat surface again, and I wanted it to be a stamped velvet. And then there is a scene where he has to strip down.
This I do remember. This I do remember.
So this was a little bit of fun for us because we couldn't have a naked Mark on set. So it was an opportunity to create some one-piece undies. And
That's so cute. Okay, I support.
his hat, we collaborated
This hat is insane looking, by the way.
with Amanda from the incredible hair and makeup department.
his
Because of
bendy?
the shape of his wig, we needed to sculpt up his brim of his hat. And on that note, we should go and chat to her about that. I'm looking
Yes,
for
bring her
Amanda, the incredible hair and makeup designer of One Piece.
Hi.
Hair and makeup, it's about damn time. Wow.
You a hat.
A hat that fits this wig.
Exactly that.
They're so cool.
Do you want to do the honors?
Here we
Since
go.
how many times did you have to put that on?
How many times did we have to put this on and figure out how it would fit exactly?
Gosh,
so that it wouldn't
that's
crush the hair when
beautiful.
it comes off.
Well, you crushed it though, so.
You and your puns. Doing hair and makeup for this world is extremely challenging because we have had to break the boundaries of how we produce our wigs and how we do things. We've had to collaborate with other departments in a way that I've never had to collaborate before in building structures for these pieces. So this wig in particular is built with a structure inside. It's not all just hair. And as you can see, the hat fits perfectly on and off.
Literally.
And, you know, to make it look real has been an amazing feat that my team has manufactured so brilliantly. Igaram.
Bro, oh my god, look at my doctor, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Was a massive feat. And
He does do the ma. I hated that.
was one of the first wigs we put together, but we had to assemble it and disassemble it so many times to find the right
The
recipe
rolls
to
go
make it
all
all
the
work
way
so that we could actually have
around.
the guns firing inside, and also just getting the size right and the shape right on the actor.
That's
So this
awesome.
is the structure that it
Holy shit.
is inside, which we had to then speak to props. They had to 3D print this for us. And we had to
Wow.
make 3 wigs, a stunt double, a hero, a flashback. Oh, we had to make 4 wigs.
Whoa.
And then the one with the guns. So the whole rig underneath here is all wires. And the wires connect to a rig, which then makes each gun fire. They have LED lights on the inside, which
That's
help
so
it
cool.
to throw the light onto the face so that it looks like they're
Wow.
firing. Everything is so planned to a T. So this wig in particular
Dude, how did you do this?
has a base on the inside, and the 3 is also 3D printed by the prosthetics team, and then we've
Wow,
wrapped
it's
it with
plastic.
hair. And you know, we've put our own little macrame elastics around it because it was hard to see what it is in the manga. So we've tried to stay as close to the manga as possible, but we have
Yeah.
also put our own spin on some of the things just to make it a little bit
Oh,
more ours.
there's the beard I was looking for earlier.
So we do a lot of research on each character, and if there are things we don't know, we actually get people to ask Oda so that we know what the inspiration is. It's like Miss Valentine. We did her first test, and then they came back to us and they said, oh, Oda's actually let us know that his inspiration for her was Twiggy. And so that just helped us create such a nice extra feeling for her, just which took her a little bit further, I think, and so she became one of my favorite characters because of that. And so that's what we've done with our characters, is we've always tried to delve a little bit deeper and put an extra touch on them. For
Wow.
me, one of the most rewarding things about it is seeing the super fans is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life.
That is our ethos in the costume department. We want the fans to be happy. We want people
He's real. He's real. They turned him into a not marketable plushie. That's a stunt plushie.
to watch this and have that familiarity of the manga, because these are characters that people love so deeply. And I and my team, we really want to honor that.
Wow. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I'm conflicted. I want to push forward, but those were 20 minutes each, and those will definitely be 2 separate videos. And I'm so tired. My head hurts. I was sick. I have excuses. So we'll go through this later, but hope y'all enjoyed. Check out the YouTube, check out the Twitch. Sage Walk on both. Shout out to InStyle. Shout out Amanda. Shout out yes. Peace, y'all. Eustace just pisses me off because he's got all of the arrogance or whatever. He's not even as creative as Magneto is with his powers. Like, bro just doesn't, like, no sauce, no aura. I don't even know. I'm hating. You know what? Live action.